Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at Quiet Meadow again. Absolutely love this stamp set and die. The stamp set is just so beautiful because there's so much to it. You've got these lovely distressed words which will work perfectly on anything. We've got the little splatters. You've got two flowers, beautiful little sort of, meadow flowers, which are really lovely. Heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you. Beautiful sentiment. Thinking of you, you're too kind, and love. So very versatile stamp set. You can do so much with it, and we will be. And you have a coordinating die. If you buy them both together, you get a 10% discount. And the dies are meadow dies, and perfect way to describe them because you have got 6 beautiful little meadow flowers that you can die cut out, you can colour them, you can do all sorts of things with them, and we're going to be doing lots. You've got these lovely little sentiment window, which again's got holes in, so you can put ribbon and stuff like that through it, or twine, little tiny tag, little centerpieces for this flower, and they are just lovely. They really are. So many ideas with them, but we're going to start with something. Did a very simple one yesterday with this one. Today we're going to do something a little bit more adventurous, but again quite simple, but will look beautiful. So what we need to do is we have got a piece of, and I've already just done this, piece of white cardstock. So let me just take this up because I've just started a bit of it so it won't too long. So we've got a mask. So you want a mask which is the same size as your Whisper White, which is going to go onto a black background, and the mask will fit perfectly on there. And we're using 2 colours, Polished Pink and Misty Moonlight. And we're using our blending brushes because the blending brushes work perfectly. So let me just make sure that I've got that. There we go. Put it in like that. And we're just going to take the blending brush, and as I say, I've just started some of this so that it won't take too long. All you're going to do is tap off from the side and then just start to blend the colour just about halfway down. We don't want it much further than that, so I'm just taking it so that it goes halfway down like that. Okay, and then you can take the excess off on there. Okay, then we're going to go to the Polished Pink. So if you're into changing colours, you can use another brush, but to be quite honest, it really doesn't go on to here too much. I can just rub it off and you can see it's almost gone. So Polished Pink, we're going to take that and start that from the other side, and as I say, just sort of blend it up from the bottom. And I tend to do it in, say, little sort of circular motions. And it is a matter of building it up as you go. So I want this to come quite dark. So I'm building and building and building down from the bottom first. You can see I've got a piece that I haven't done in the centre, but that's because I'm, say, building up the side first to get the colour. And then I can take it into the centre. And you just keep working it. So you can work it for as long as you want. And then I'm taking it through to just blend it through onto the other. So you've got it blended right the way through, so there's no sort of seam line on there. And as I say, just work it through as much as you want. So I think that that'll do. the two colours together just work perfectly. And then when we take our mask off, you can see you've got this really lovely colour through on there. Now, with the mask on, we need to do some stamping, and we are going to just make sure I've got that in where it should be. In like that. We're going to take the words, and we're going to take the splatter. So I'm just going to take the words out first of all, and there is the best block to use is we have a long thin block, which is this one. I've got two different long thin ones, but these are really good, and it's an H block. So I'm going to pop this in on here. Now, the one thing about this is it's difficult to see which way up the words go. So I tend to stamp it on a piece of scrap first of all. We're using soft suede. The first one I tried with Sahara sand, but it was just a little bit too pale, so I'm just going to stamp this on here to just see that is the right way up. Fine. Okay, so I need to just stamp this, and we're going to put one just up at the top like this. We're going to put one in the middle, and we're going to put one, and the words are gardeny words, but they're supposed to be slightly distressed so that they don't come out completely, which gives that that really sort of what do they call it, vintagey type look. But the words say, see if I can read them on here, use a range of colour for something and shapes, flowers, breathtaking, glowing in the garden, the wildflower that grows. So words for, yes, the meadowlands and things, which are rather nice. Okay, so we've got some spaces in here, and we're going to fill those spaces with the splatter. So I want it to be fairly random, but in the same respect I didn't want it all words right the way down. Like in the very Versailles, the words go right across a page. These are rather nice because you can have little bits one way or the other. We're going to use the soft suede again, and I'm just going to take the splats straight through on where that space is, and straight through again where that space is on there. Okay, so that then when we take that off, we've got this rather beautiful look, and that is going to give us that sort of as I say, pretty sort of mask thing. I'm putting it on black because we are going to be doing the die cutting in black to give a silhouette. So let's just pop those away. Pop it back in its case carefully. There we go. Okay, so that looks absolutely beautiful. You've got this really nice complete circle in there. Now we need to put some a sentiment on there, and I think I'm going to do that at the end once we've done the flowers. So I have die cut, to save some time, I've die cut some of these flowers out. So I've just done them in black, and I've done 4 different ones that I thought would work. So if you look at it, you can take one just from the side. I think that would probably look quite good with 2. So if we have one coming down from there, and maybe that one coming up in like that, would look quite nice. Or we can have, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? why don't we have, I do like this. I want them to come so that they're inside the silhouette part. And I've been taking it on the edge. So we want to have this sort of growth coming down through from the bottom. I think that might actually look quite nice, mightn't it? Or we could take just a very plain one. I quite like this look. Let's have a look at that one. That would look quite nice as well. That's slightly plainer if you didn't want it too overly fancy. But I do like this one. I think this works quite well. And we can put that in together. I'm putting them up at an angle because I want them to be at an angle rather than a straight. So I think those two. So I need to get myself some wet glue. And then we can put this on. And it doesn't matter if some of the pieces are going to come off. I'm going to put this one on first. So let's see if I've got some glue left in here. Yes, I have. Just on my last knockings of this one, I need to open myself up another bottle. As you know, the only glue I use is this. I do use the Seal and Seal Plus for ribbon, an adhering ribbon on, but for everything else I use the wet glue because it is just so versatile, and the little knob works perfectly. Okay, so we want to have this so that it comes in, and it's going to come just up in the center like that, so we can put it on. And again, I can turn it over the other way and give it a press. So it's not, I'm not fiddling with the actual, the die, particularly when they're intricate dies like this. Very easy to cut out, one simple pass. So, you know, whatever die machine you're using, they do cut out really easily. So I'm just going to glue in along these pieces, I want it to stick nice and flat. But I love the shapes of these flowers. They really are quite intricate and pretty. So this is going to come in along like this. I want to have that up at that angle, and I'm going to have that coming down there. So it's not completely straight in there, but it's straight enough. And as I say, it's down at an angle, which is fine because that's how I wanted it to go. Yes, that's beautiful. And then we just need our paper snips. And then I'm just going to snip these little pieces off on the bottom here. So like that. Just take this little piece on the edge. Quite close enough on that piece. There we go. Okay, so you've now got this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful silhouette in a really lovely shape with the words and things behind. So let's put this onto a black background. Have a look what I've got. I've got a couple out here. So let's put it onto this one. Like that. And that looks really pretty. But we need to put a sentiment on there. So, sentiment, let's have a look in this stamp set again. We've got thinking of you, and then we've got the word love. So, or you're too kind. I think we'll have you're too kind on this one. That's rather nice, isn't it? Haven't used that one. As I say, these are my first few plays with these, but I've got so many new stamp sets to show you, but I tend to focus a couple on each one because there's so many things that you can do with the different sets, and I've chosen ones that I know that I'm going to be using lots and lots and lots and lots. So we'll have You're so kind. Let's have a look and see, make sure that's straight. So I'm going to put it down on here first. Almost needs to come a little bit that way, I think. That's better. Okay, then you work out where the top and the bottom of it is. You can put the backs on. I don't tend to do that. I'm old school, as it were. Okay, so I'm going to have this up on the top here. So I just want to have it there. You're too kind, which is rather nice. And then I quite like, and I don't know whether it will work on this. I think it might do. I quite like that little love, and I could put it, you just get it out, I could put it down. Now will it go? I think it might. Let me get the very tiny block out, because I quite like sometimes to have little words hidden in things, and love is such a lovely word. Okay, so let me just take a little bit of ink on here. So if I'm going to have it like that, yes, I'm going to put it in there or there. I think I want it sideways, either in that part or in that part, and I'm not sure which one. I think at the bottom. Yes, just like that. That's really nice. That just sort of hides it in there. I could have put it further up, but I think that that works. And it's quite funny. I call my sons and my grandchildren Love or Lovey. Lovey was what my great aunt, or sorry, my aunt and my uncle used to call each other, either Ducky or Lovey, which I think is absolutely lovely. So I do quite like to have a little bit of love on a card. So you've got this one with just a little bit of a border. I think this is just about 1/8 of an inch on here, so let me take that out. But you can see that beautiful silhouette on there. And then I did one earlier, and that's why I was saying I didn't like this one I did earlier, and I did this with the Sahara sand, which you can see it, but it's much more subtle. And I did it at a slight angle as well, because I didn't want it completely straight, and just use one of the different flowers. So you can see you can do different sort of looks on it. I prefer it with the darker, with the soft suede, because it gives a little bit more definition. But how beautiful is that as a really pretty silhouette card. And you know, I've still got another couple of pieces that I've cut out that I can do another card with. So that is the new Quiet Meadow with the beautiful new meadow dies. As I say, get them together as a bundle saves 10%. There's always a link down below. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.